you know, in our world, I'm like, I know Jake as a badass fighter, but now he's becoming just this, I don't know what
politician.
he is. Yeah. I'm like, well, what is he?
Jake will say it all. He'll stand up for the right side.
Yeah, and that's actually why he's awesome, because he's not like, you know, right now you feel like you're with the red or blue. It's very gang related, you know, in the politics, right? And it's like you got to stay with your side. But Jake is like, he's a man of principle, and like he'll be, you know, he'll just what he believes. You know, maybe the right believes something, and all of a sudden the right believes something else. He's like, no, this is what I believe, and I think that's why people respect him for that. I have so many stories with Jake that he does that. Like, we were like in line at a bank one time, and you know, someone was trying to argue that Bruce Lee could beat him, you know, and he like will have the debate with him. I'm like, who cares, Jake? Just let this idiot think he could, you know. But he's out there like a man of principle, like, no way he can beat me, you know. And he called out a bartender one time that said he won purple belt Pan Am's. Like, no way you did. I was there. Da da da. Just like this. It just made him look like a fool. Anyways, he's a man of principle when it comes to that stuff, and I do
respect.
admire.
Yeah,
of course, man.
Are you voting?
I think that America is divided, and the last thing we should be talking about is who we're voting for, but what we should be voting for is the actual topics. Because I feel America has been so one-sided. We're always just me versus you, him versus that, race versus this. And it's like, dude, let's just make sure that there's no bums on the street, people have food, and people have insurance. Let's start with that.
Can we FaceTime Jake and ask him who he thinks we should vote for?
Yeah, that would be a 2-hour combo. When he was on the podcast, he would not let, bro, he's very opinionated with factual data behind it. It's an amazing conversation. I'll give him that.
Yeah, he'll do his homework, right? When you're like, hey, you know, he has data to support it. So if you're trying to have a debate with them, you better go do your homework or listen to your...
You got to respect it.
Oh, absolutely.
He knows his shit.
Oh, he knows his shit 100%. Dude.
I mean, Rampage, you're the same way when we talk about politics. You have a very unique view. Like, you don't talk about it in public, but you have a unique view on what we should be looking at and what we shouldn't.
Yeah, but I agree with you. I think it divided our country. And,
absolutely.
And, you know, it's not right. You know, even families, it divided families and friends. So it shouldn't be that deep.
I think it's a shame because there's a lot of things we all agree on, but we just talk about things we disagree. And it'd be great to see like two leaders like throw a bone. Like, yeah, I agree with that a little bit. Let's kind of compromise, meet in the middle, and talk about those things. But I feel like they just emphasize on the things that we're extremely divided on, and they're just like, that's how they win their elections and how people do it. But there's a lot we all agree on. I think the most of the world is moderate or in the middle. You know, we don't have time for all that extreme stuff, but I think most people do just want their home, you know, nice little family, you know, just some basic stuff. And I think it's pretty simple out there, but we focus on the things we don't agree on so much. But it'd be nice to see a debate happen, and then I agree. Let's work together, because I mean, that's what we need, right?
That's right. And that's the main, and not to go too deep down this rabbit hole, but that's the main concept, is that there's so much that is needed that's very basic. Like, hey, instead of sending money to every country, let's just make sure our people are taken care of first, and then we can worry about the rest of the world. But it's a hard thing, because then everybody's like, well, it's our job to police. The big people at the top should police. So it's a whole debate.